Welcome back, everybody. Today I was out at the range and something interesting happened. Basically, it's pretty common where I am, although it's really rural, that folks come up and just talk to me while I'm out there. I think it's probably because it's so rural. And people will just stop by. I'm generally out there every weekend, usually both days shooting, and I'm putting tons of rounds on range so people can hear it forever. And today, a guy came up to me who had never come up to me before. Usually it's the same, like 10, 15 people. And he came out, and he had a question. He wanted to buy an AR-15. And he was in his local gun shop and said, basically, what he said is there's this AR-15 in there for, I forget what he said, he was like $450 out the door. And he said, this is me quoting him, that his friend told him that all AR-15s are the same and there's no reason to pay any more. And his question was basically, is that true? So this is a very uneducated, in terms of firearms, consumer here. So the fact that he would think that just shows a very low baseline for knowledge. And I'm not putting him down. Not everyone does this every day like I do. So, and people have jobs and families and stuff that they have to deal with. So I kind of went into explaining some of the differences between it and quality and parts and specs, and it was way over his head. There's no doubt in my mind, but he kept asking detailed questions. So I was like, well, I'll answer you. But and he was kind of asking, how do I know this stuff and how would I ever learn it? And of course, I recommended following the channel here because this is the kind of stuff I delve into pretty often. But he was asking that, and then he said, he was asking me about a malfunction that he had, and he didn't know how to clear it, and essentially it was a double feed malfunction in one of his AKs. Anyway, so the point of the story is when you run a channel like this, and you're constantly interacting with people who follow this page or watch my channel, generally speaking, are much more educated about firearms than the general population. So you tend to sort of forget that there are people who just really don't know anything about guns at all, but are interested in them. So that was it. It was kind of taking me back and remembering sort of basically that you always have to keep it basics, and I'm reminded of that whenever I do my cleaning and lubrication videos, just when I read the comments on those. But to see a guy who come up, and it was funny, he said, because I've been shooting in the same field now for 4 years, and he's like, yeah, I live right over there. I hear you every weekend. I was like, well, why didn't you come and ask sooner? But anyway, that was him and his girlfriend or wife. But it just kind of reminds you that I need to cover the basics as much as I do the more advanced stuff here in terms of reviews and things like that. So that's really it. It's just a quick story time with Mr. Guns and Gear and an excuse to get some of the pups here on camera. So that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching as always. Hopefully we'll keep informing all the new shooters out there, as well as the folks that may be a little bit more advanced in their knowledge. So that's about it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.